Another day, another smartwatch review. God help me, I love smartwatches. And I don't think it's just that I love smartwatches. I think I love complementary technology. We use our phones so intuitively over the course of months, weeks, years, that it's nice to have a piece of complementary tech that goes along with these awesome smartphones that help you probably navigate it a little bit better or get the most use out of all the information and data that goes along with it as quickly as possible. I think that's where smartwatches play a key important role, especially for people who just like watches. And without a doubt, when it comes to smartwatches, some of the cream of the crop, of course, is cranked out by Apple. Those Apple watches are fantastic. But when you go to the Android side of things, you have companies like Fitbit that really makes great watches. And of course, Samsung cranking out some pretty amazing technology with smartwatches themselves. They haven't given up the fight. And come to think of it, one of the first smartwatches I ever owned was my Samsung Galaxy Gear S3, the Frontier Edition. And I love that watch. I had some really great experiences with it. I love the circular design. I love the rotating bezel for navigation. So you can tell how excited I was with the Galaxy Watch 3, and I really wanted to see what this watch had to offer, and I was hoping for some really great things. And I can honestly say that I was pleasantly surprised with a lot of the good things that Samsung baked into this watch, but it's not without its quirks. Now, right off the bat, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 comes in a couple of different flavors. You have a 41mm and a 45mm Bluetooth Wi-Fi or Bluetooth Wi-Fi with 4G LTE. Of course, I went with the larger 45mm variant. I like big watches, and for those, you have a Mystic Bronze and a Mystic Silver for the smaller variant, and for the larger one you have a Mystic Silver and a Mystic Black. So I went with the large Mystic Black. Now, design wise, you're looking at something very familiar here. If you've seen any of Samsung's watches, you have a circular design. I guess Samsung just really likes the circular body. I'm not hating, I really do like it. The body itself is stainless steel with Gorilla Glass DX on the front. It feels extremely premium. I cannot get over how well this watch feels like it's been built. You have your basic heart rate sensor, and of course this watch has the very infamous and extremely appreciated and very famous rotating bezel in the front for navigating purposes. This is an amazing way to navigate this watch. Of course, you can still use the touchscreen like any other smartwatch that's available on the market, but there's something just really cool about being able to go through your menus simply by rotating the bezel of these watches. It makes you feel like a Power Ranger. It makes you feel like you're doing something really cool when you're not doing anything at all, but just going from menu to menu. So I think they've nailed the navigation purposes of this watch. And again, I'll also note that the stainless steel body, this thing really feels and looks premium, which makes it really be able to multitask for any kind of occasion you're going to. One of the weirdest things about smartwatches is sometimes they fit in casual, and sometimes they'll only look sporty, or sometimes they'll look dressy and not look like they're supposed to be in the gym. I think this watch does a really great job of just skirting the line of being casual, being sporty, while being stylish altogether. It's going to fit with anything that you're doing. If you're just taking it to the gym for a quick workout, it doesn't look weird on your wrist. If you're taking it to a party, and a more upscale party, if that's what you do, it doesn't look weird when you're wearing more dressy clothes or more dressed down clothes. I think it does a good job of just fitting in to your overall motif of whatever you're going for, and I really like the stylish aspect of it. Now, really quick guys, if you are enjoying the video, like I know you are, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It doesn't take but a second. Now back to the video. Now, when it comes to battery performance for smartwatches, this is actually a really low-key important thing, because you don't want to be charging your smartwatch as much as you charge your mobile phone. I think a lot of people are more kind of forgiving on how frequently they'll charge their mobile phone versus how frequently you want to charge a watch. Especially if you're a watch head, you don't really charge the old school analog watches anyway, but smartwatches, because of all the tech inside, you do have to charge. So companies have to kind of walk a fine line with putting just the right amount of technology in it, but making sure that battery life is pretty good. And that's one of my first biggest disappointments with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 is that the battery life for me just wasn't great, not when compared to some of the other watches I've used. I've gotten probably about 2.5 days worth of use on this watch, and that's without the always on display on. Now, Granted, I use the watch a ton. I get a lot of notifications. I use it for exercising in the morning. I use it for sleep tracking at night. So I do use this watch a ton, but I was still expecting a little bit more battery life coming from this watch, and the charging doesn't really take that long. But to have to charge my watch maybe 2 to 3 times a week for me, that seems like a lot, and I can see where people would have an issue with that, especially when you have watches like the Versa 3 that's kicking out 4 or 5 days, sometimes 6 days worth of battery life without a problem. Now, if you couple the not great battery life with the fact that I truly despise the charging mechanism that comes with this watch, it's unbelievable. It's basically just a small wireless charger that attaches to the back of the watch by magnet. Nothing new, nothing innovative, nothing crazy here, but the magnet just feels so weak. It basically falls off with as little force as possible. So if you sit it on a table somewhere, or you just place it somewhere where you're charging your watch and you brush past it, or you hit the wire, this thing is going to fall off. It's going to jump off the charger. It's not going to charge properly. I wish they had come up with a better charging mechanism for this watch. It really annoys me how weak the magnet is and how flimsy that feels compared to the overall great build of the watch itself. And like I said before, the watch charges fairly quickly. You're probably going to get, from 30 to 40% to 100% in about 40 minutes. So that's not that terrible, but it really would help if the battery life itself overall was better, and if that charging mechanism was just a little bit stronger in the magnet that it provides to attach to the watch. Also, I'm going to say that Tizen based wearable OS 5.5 that they have installed in this watch, it really feels dated, and it feels like the exact same operating system I was using with the Frontier Edition way back when. So I wish they would have leveled up the operating system of this watch just a little bit to match, how Android has progressed over time and become a little bit more stylistic and stylish, similar to what you're seeing in like Apple or the Apple Watch itself. This watch OS just feels old. It feels outdated. Now, it doesn't feel clunky, but it doesn't feel as user-friendly as I would want it to feel. And I really do believe that Samsung really needs to go and update their overall Android watch OS just to be a more sleeker, easier to navigate design for a more user-friendly experience. But even with that being said, the overall performance of the watch itself, navigating in and out of menus, settings, timers, communication, getting information to and from your smartwatch, it all worked perfectly. There was no issues with it. I was able to get my emails just fine. I was able to access my Samsung Galaxy information. I was able to access my health information. I was able to pair this not only with a Samsung Galaxy device, but I paired it with a Google Pixel device. It also works with an Apple device. And I didn't experience any issues going cross-platform or going cross-device, getting my text messages, my emails. Every alert came in the way it's supposed to. The applications worked the way they're supposed to. This watch integrated perfectly the way it's supposed to. So performance-wise, I really enjoyed the fact that it was basically just a plug-and-play type of thing. Set it up to your device and you're good to go. Navigating through the menus was smooth. It was clean. Getting from point A to point B, especially with that rotating bezel. I can't stress how much I like that rotating bezel. It was extremely easy just to get everything you wanted to go. All the options loaded up extremely fast. Again, notifications came through just perfectly. I didn't have any issues at all with this watch when it came to getting the information I needed when I needed it as quickly as possible, which is all you can ask from a complimentary piece of technology. One of the greatest things about smartwatches is their ability to track so many different things, and the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 is no different. It has a ton of tracking options available directly built into the watch without you having to download anything additional. You can track a bunch of different workouts. It was actually kind of cool to see exactly how many different form of workouts you can track with this thing. You can do legs, you can do back, you can do arms, you can do curls, you can do push-ups, any kind of healthy thing that you want to do, this smartwatch is going to track. It'll tell you to drink water, it'll track your sleep, it'll tell you actually detailed information on how long you were in a deep sleep, a REM sleep, a light sleep, and it actually gives you some additional information you can use to improve those things, which is awesome because all that information is kind of crappy if you don't know what to do with it. And this thing, coupled with Samsung Health, actually gives you a real benefit for all the information it's taking in. It tells you how you can possibly improve your sleep. It can tell you how you can possibly decrease stress. It even leads you through breathing exercises. It does an amazing, fantastic job of just tracking a bunch of different things, which is one of the most important things all smartwatches should do. Now, overall, I found a lot of things to love about the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. It really is a durable device with things like an IP68 water resistant stainless steel body with the Gorilla Glass. Makes it feel extremely durable, yet still stylish enough to be worn with just about anything and fit into just about anything you're going to be doing with it without it looking out of place. There are a bunch of different sensors there. If you just want to live a healthier lifestyle, you can track things like your sleep. You can track a ton of different workouts. You even have stress management there. You can go ahead and navigate how much fluid you're drinking throughout the day. Sure, the watch OS seems like it's a bit outdated and the battery life isn't the best, but that rotating bezel is one of the most pleasurable ways to navigate through any device to date. You can quote me on that. And you have a ton of different customization options just to make the watch feel like it's yours. I really enjoyed my time with the Galaxy Watch 3. I really liked a lot of things about this watch. It is a solid performer, a solid accessory if you're looking for that complementary piece of technology for your smartphone. I would definitely recommend this as an alternative to any other smartwatch that's currently on the market. It's compatible with Apple devices as well, so I would even recommend this as an alternative if you're not looking for an Apple Watch, if you don't want an Apple Watch. This is definitely a nice watch to look at as well. And of course, to my Android people out there, I would definitely suggest this. This is a great piece of complementary technology for your Android device. All right, guys, so let me know what you think about the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. You can probably find this thing really great discount, especially coming close to the holiday season, depending on when you're watching this video. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, I ask you to do me one favor and go ahead and hit that like button down below. Let YouTube know that this was a good video, and that subscribe button with that bell for notification. That way you don't miss when we release some cool, helpful content just like this one. Until next time, guys, I'm going to share a review we did on the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. That's kind of like the baby cousin of this watch. You can check that video out. It's going to be right on top, and below that is going to be something YouTube believes you enjoy watching. Guys, thanks so much again for checking out the video, and as always, especially nowadays, make sure to stay safe, and until you see you next time, peace out.